Welcome to our channel. Some state quarters may look ordinary, but a few have become the most sought-after coins ever minted, carrying history, rarity, and surprising value. Make sure to watch till the end as we uncover their fascinating stories, because the next coin might just surprise you the most. The 2001 Vermont State Quarter holds more than just the image of maple trees and sap buckets. It carries with it a story that connects the past to the present, ordinary pocket change to extraordinary treasure. This quarter, part of the ever-popular 50 State Quarters program, was minted to honor Vermont's rich history, culture, and contribution to the nation. While millions were produced and circulated across the United States, there are a select few that stand far apart, commanding attention and respect among collectors. Vermont's design is a simple yet powerful tribute to the state's identity. On the reverse, we see an iconic sugar maple tree tapped with buckets, with Camel's Hump Mountain rising in the background. It captures not just the land, but the lifeblood of Vermont's history, maple sugaring, a tradition as old as the people who first lived there. It's a scene that connects generations, from Native American practices to colonial life, and all the way into the modern era. Few designs from the State Quarter program feel so deeply rooted in a state's identity as this one. The obverse, of course, carries the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and slightly modified for the State Quarters. This familiar face paired with the deeply personal Vermont design makes the coin both recognizable and distinctive. It bridges the story of the nation's founding with the story of one state's enduring traditions. Though the design itself is celebrated, the story becomes even more fascinating when we look deeper into the minting process and what makes certain coins stand out. Errors, striking anomalies, and pristine conditions have always captured collectors' imaginations. A Vermont quarter with sharp, flawless details and shimmering luster can bring strong interest at auction. But even more captivating are the coins with mint errors, off-center strikes that shift the design noticeably, double dies that leave ghost-like outlines, clipped planchets where part of the coin's edge is missing, and unusual striking flaws that transform an everyday coin into something truly one of a kind. These rare anomalies are what collectors dream about. Imagine holding a coin that millions of others own, yet yours is dramatically different, an accident of history that slipped past the mint's strict quality controls. To a collector, that mistake is not a flaw, but a treasure. Such pieces instantly become scarce, and scarcity is the heartbeat of value. In the world of numismatics, rarity, condition, and demand are the forces that turn simple coins into treasures. Condition especially plays a huge role. Coins that remain untouched, with their original mint luster sparkling as though freshly struck, can climb in value at breathtaking speed. That's why collectors prize coins graded at the highest levels, such as MS-67 or MS-68, where not even the faintest scratch interrupts the surface. And the Vermont quarter has proven this time and time again. While an average circulated example is worth only its face value, a flawless uncirculated piece, or one with a dramatic minting error, can skyrocket in price. In fact, some Vermont quarters with spectacular errors have stunned collectors, selling for thousands of dollars. Certain pieces with bold misstrikes or dramatic die clashes have become legendary within the hobby, often changing hands for sums that few would ever expect for a quarter minted just 2 decades ago. One extraordinary example, preserved in breathtaking, near-perfect condition with exceptional rarity, was valued at an incredible $64,000. That's $64,000 for a coin most people would mistake as just another quarter in their pocket change. Stories like these fuel the passion of collectors everywhere, reminding us that even in modern coinage, hidden treasures are waiting to be uncovered. It's this possibility, the chance of stumbling upon a hidden gem, that keeps collectors searching through their change, coin rolls, and old jars tucked away in attics. Every handful of quarters could hold a secret. The Vermont State Quarter reminds us that treasures don't just come from gold mines or shipwrecks, sometimes they're hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by someone with a keen eye. And beyond its value, this coin carries meaning. It's not just money, it's a piece of Vermont's soul, a connection to America's natural beauty and traditions. Every Vermont quarter tells a story, but only a rare few have a story worth thousands of dollars. It represents resilience, history, and the deep connection between people and the land they live on. So the next time you come across a Vermont state quarter, don't be too quick to spend it. Hold it in your hand and take a closer look. You could be holding a once-in-a-lifetime find. What seems ordinary at first glance might just be the treasure that changes everything. And even if it's just a regular piece, it still whispers the story of Vermont's maple trees, mountains, and history, reminding us that every coin has a story worth telling. The next coin on our journey takes us to a state rich in culture, music, and history, Louisiana. Released in 2002 as part of the ever-popular 50-state quarters program, the Louisiana Quarter is more than just a piece of pocket change. It's a miniature work of art that captures the essence of one of America's most colorful states. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary quarter you could receive in change at a grocery store or gas station, but beneath its small frame lies a story of heritage, design brilliance, and collector intrigue. And in some rare cases, this coin has proven to be worth far more than just 25 cents. When the U.S. Mint introduced the Louisiana Quarter, it was part of the third year of the 50-state quarters program, a series that took the nation by storm. Millions of Americans, both casual finders and serious collectors, eagerly awaited each new release. For Louisiana, the quarter represented an opportunity to showcase the unique spirit of a state unlike any other. Known as the Pelican State, Louisiana is home to jazz, Mardi Gras, Creole and Cajun cuisines, and a blend of French, Spanish, African, and Native American influences. No other state embodies such a vibrant mixture of cultures, and the design of its quarter sought to capture that essence. The Louisiana Quarter's design is instantly recognizable. On the reverse side, the coin features a detailed outline of the United States with a star marking Louisiana's place in the Union as the 18th state. The iconic image of a pelican, the state bird, is displayed prominently, symbolizing both the natural beauty and the nurturing qualities associated with Louisiana. The design also includes a trumpet with musical notes drifting across the coin's surface, a nod to the state's legendary status as the birthplace of jazz. Together, these elements paint a picture of Louisiana that is both symbolic and celebratory. From the beginning, the Louisiana Quarter was struck in high quantities. Like other state quarters, it was minted at multiple facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver, with proof versions created at the San Francisco Mint. While billions of these coins entered circulation, collectors always kept a close eye on special varieties, minting errors, and pristine examples. These small details can transform an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. For instance, misstrikes, double dies, off-center errors, or coins with unusual toning have been highly sought after. To the average person, finding a Louisiana quarter in their change might not raise an eyebrow. But to a numismatist, details matter. A sharp strike, flawless luster, and the absence of scratches or bag marks can elevate a Louisiana quarter to a different league entirely. These are the coins that grading companies prize, awarding them the highest designations. And those top-graded coins are the ones that can fetch surprising prices when they cross the auction block. What makes the Louisiana Quarter appealing is its storytelling ability. Unlike older coins that carry images of presidents, eagles, or shields, the state quarters tell stories about places, people, and traditions. The Louisiana Quarter stands out because it celebrates a culture known worldwide for its distinctiveness. From the Mardi Gras festivities that paint the streets in purple, green, and gold, to the soulful sounds of jazz musicians playing late into the night, Louisiana's identity resonates through its quarter. Collectors also value the Louisiana Quarter because of the memories tied to the 50-state quarters program. For many Americans, this program was their first introduction to coin collecting. Families searched through their change together, filling maps and albums with coins from each state. Over the years, certain Louisiana quarters have surfaced in remarkable condition, preserved perfectly as though time forgot them. Others were discovered with rare minting errors that make them one of a kind. Auction houses and collectors' markets have seen intense bidding wars for these special pieces, with values soaring far beyond what anyone might expect for a modern quarter. The beauty of a coin like this lies in its dual nature: it is both ordinary and extraordinary. On one hand, it is a piece of change that anyone could have held, spent, or overlooked. On the other hand, in its rarest and finest forms, it becomes a treasure, a small, shining reminder that value is not always obvious at first glance. Now, imagine stumbling upon one of these rarities yourself. Picture finding a flawless Louisiana quarter hidden away in a collection, or spotting an error coin that others overlooked. And while most Louisiana quarters are worth just face value, there are those few that break the mold, commanding staggering prices when they change hands. One such example of this came to light when a pristine Louisiana quarter, struck with perfect detail and preserved in top-grade condition, crossed the auction block. Collectors battled fiercely for ownership, knowing how rare such a coin truly was. In the end, the hammer fell, and the coin sold for a jaw-dropping sum. That Louisiana quarter, ordinary to some, extraordinary to others, achieved a final value of $59,000. Think about that for a moment. A single quarter, designed to represent the spirit of Louisiana and intended for everyday use, sold for $59,000. It's an incredible reminder that treasures can hide in plain sight, waiting for the right person to notice their value. Up next on our journey through the 50 State Quarters program is a coin that gallops straight into the hearts of collectors, the Nevada State Quarter. Released in 2006, this coin doesn't just represent pocket change, it captures the freedom, beauty, and untamed spirit of the American West. And as with so many coins in the series, not all Nevada quarters are created equal. Some have shocked the collecting world by soaring in value, turning an ordinary 25-cent piece into a small fortune. The Nevada State Quarter, officially released on January 31, 2006, was chosen to honor the Silver State. Its design is one of the most dynamic of the entire program. On the reverse, 3 wild Mustangs thunder across the open plain, their manes flying in the wind as if frozen in motion. Behind them rise the mighty Sierra Nevada mountains, while rays of sunlight burst dramatically into the sky. Sprigs of sagebrush, Nevada's state flower, surround the scene, and the proud inscription, "The Silver State," ties everything back to the silver mining heritage that shaped Nevada's history. For Nevada, the design wasn't just about beauty, it was about identity. The wild Mustangs represent freedom and the rugged frontier spirit, while the mountains and sunlight symbolize hope and opportunity. To horse lovers, Western enthusiasts, and collectors alike, this quarter quickly became an instant favorite. Unlike many coin designs that felt stiff or static, the Nevada quarter was alive, full of energy and storytelling. Of course, like all state quarters, millions were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with special proof versions struck in San Francisco. Most of these coins, naturally, entered circulation and still trade hands for just 25 cents today. But every so often, something remarkable emerges. A flawless strike, untouched by circulation. A subtle minting error that sets one coin apart from the rest. These are the finds that transform ordinary change into extraordinary treasures. And collectors know this thrill well. A doubled inscription. A slight misalignment in the design. A coin with mirror-like surfaces that almost glow in the light. Even the smallest variation can elevate a Nevada quarter from common to collectible, and from collectible to legendary. What makes this coin even more fascinating is how it has continued to surprise people years after its release. Some proof coins, with frosted designs against brilliant mirrored fields, have been preserved in pristine condition and now stand among the most desirable examples. Others, struck with unusual minting errors, have ignited fierce bidding wars at auctions. It's living proof that even in today's world of mass production, hidden rarities can still slip through the cracks. But the magic of the Nevada State Quarter isn't only about rarity or mistakes. It's about what the coin represents. When you hold one in your hand, you're not just holding metal, you're holding Nevada's story. The heritage of silver mining, the beauty of wild Mustangs, the boundless landscapes of the West. It's a reminder that these small coins are more than currency, they're miniature works of art and pieces of history. Now here's where things get truly exciting. While most Nevada quarters will always remain just 25 cents, a select few have risen above the rest, achieving legendary status in the world of numismatics. These are the coins preserved in near-perfect condition, or struck with characteristics so rare that only a handful exist. Collectors who discover one of these treasures often find themselves holding not just a coin, but a life-changing surprise. And the numbers? They speak for themselves. Over the years, the rarest examples of the Nevada State Quarter have stunned the collecting community, selling for prices no one could have imagined when the series began. So just how high did one of these Nevada State Quarters climb? Brace yourself. Among the rarest and finest examples ever discovered, a Nevada quarter has been valued at an astonishing $55,000. Think about that, a coin you could have pulled from your pocket change back in 2006, now worth more than a brand new luxury car. What was once just ordinary currency has transformed into a shining symbol of rarity, history, and incredible worth. That's the thrill of coin collecting, the idea that treasures hide in plain sight, waiting for someone with a sharp eye to uncover them. Every coin has a story, from the moment it was struck at the mint, to its journey through countless hands, until finally being recognized as something truly extraordinary. And while millions of Nevada quarters were minted, only a handful stand out for their flawless condition, unique errors, or pristine preservation. These are the pieces that send shockwaves through auctions and ignite excitement among collectors worldwide. The Nevada quarter teaches us that history, artistry, and chance all come together to create hidden gems. And for those lucky enough to stumble upon one, the reward is beyond imagination. So the next time you hold a simple quarter in your hand, pause for a moment. Look closely. You might just be holding a piece of American history that could change your life. Our next and final treasure of today's journey takes us straight to the rich history of the American South, the 2016 Fort Moultrie quarter from South Carolina. At first glance, it may seem like just another modern state quarter, one that easily slips through your fingers at the grocery store or rests at the bottom of a jar of change. But like we've learned time and again, even the most recent coins can carry stories that connect us to the past, and hold values that can leave collectors in awe. This quarter was issued as part of the America the Beautiful series, a program that honored historic parks and sites across the nation. And Fort Moultrie, featured on this coin, is no ordinary place. It represents the courage and resilience of those who stood firm during the Revolutionary War, defending Charleston Harbor against the mighty British fleet in 1776. Imagine the tension, the pounding of cannons, the crack of musket fire, and the determination of soldiers who refused to surrender. That very spirit of defiance and sacrifice is captured forever on this quarter. Take a closer look at the design. On the reverse side, we see Sergeant William Jasper in the heat of battle, rushing to rescue the fallen regimental flag and plant it again amid the smoke and chaos. It's not just art, it's a frozen moment of bravery, a reminder of how ordinary men rose to extraordinary heights when freedom was on the line. On the obverse sits George Washington's portrait, a fitting tie to America's founding and the nation's earliest fight for independence. Most people today glance at this coin without ever realizing the weight of history it carries. But in the world of collectors, these details matter deeply. Every line, every strike, every subtle imperfection can tell a different story. The Fort Moultrie quarter has varieties and minting qualities that can transform it from a simple 25-cent piece into something far greater. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, flawless, sharp, and gleaming, or those struck with rare minting errors are especially sought after. And it's here where things get interesting. Collectors know that even a coin minted just a few years ago can one day stand out as a rare gem. The Fort Moultrie quarter has quietly found its way into private collections, where it commands both respect and admiration. Some examples, preserved with near-perfect precision, have already begun to prove themselves as modern treasures. Others, with striking anomalies or rare minting qualities, have surprised even the most seasoned collectors. This isn't just about value, it's about holding a piece of living history. The coin tells a story of sacrifice, resilience, and pride. It connects the Revolutionary War to the present, reminding us that the fight for freedom lives on not only in textbooks, but also in the very coins we carry in our pockets. And that brings us to the highlight of this discovery. While most Fort Moultrie quarters will never be worth more than 25 cents, a select few have broken through expectations. Among the standout finds, the 2016 Fort Moultrie quarter has been valued at an incredible $34,000. Think about that for a moment, a coin minted less than a decade ago, one that many people barely noticed as it passed through their hands, now worth more than some cars, more than a year's salary for many, and far more than anyone would have imagined when it was first released. It's living proof that numismatics is not just about the old, sometimes, the newest coins hold the biggest surprises. And here's the real takeaway, the next extraordinary treasure could be anywhere. It could be tucked away in a roll of quarters from the bank. It could be hiding in a jar of spare change in your kitchen. Or it could be sitting quietly in your pocket right now, waiting for the right eyes to recognize it. So as we wrap up today's exploration, let this be a reminder, history isn't always tucked away in museums, locked in old safes, or buried beneath the ground. Sometimes, it's jingling softly in your pocket, ready to tell its story to the person who dares to look a little closer. A single overlooked coin can spark curiosity, ignite passion, and inspire the next generation of collectors. That is the true magic of coin hunting. Every small discovery carries the potential for greatness. Every coin has a journey, and sometimes, that journey ends in greatness. The Fort Moultrie quarter is proof that even a small piece of change can carry a story as big as a nation. Who knows, the next coin you find could become a bridge between past and present, a connection between ordinary life and extraordinary history. And remember, today's pocket change could very well become tomorrow's headline in the world of rare coins. That's why each find matters, no matter how ordinary it may seem. Treasure doesn't always glitter, sometimes, it shines quietly in silver and copper, waiting for the right hands to recognize its true value. Thank you for joining me on this journey through some of the most remarkable coins hidden in plain sight. If you enjoyed this look into the hidden value of everyday change, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow collectors and history lovers. Your support helps keep these stories alive, ensuring that the legacy of rare coins continues to inspire both seasoned collectors and curious beginners. And who knows? The next rare treasure we uncover might just be sitting in your very own collection, waiting for its story to be told.